Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. I want to actually start on the larger time frame. Then we take a look at the shorter time frame because I haven't really checked out the daily chart earlier today. So anybody who's new, this will be very helpful to you, I hope. So overall, the idea is still on this chart that we are in a fifth wave to the upside. That fifth wave probably started in April. That's the current thesis. Specifically on the 7th of April, and we've seen an A wave to the upside, potentially here a B wave to the downside, and we could now be in a C wave to the upside. That's at least one of the scenarios in the white count. We can say this was an A wave, a B wave pullback, and a C wave. At the moment, I don't really have a setup. There was a setup down here when the price reached at the time, it was like last week, it was a target area for white wave B. I'll show you how we determined that. What you can do if you track a corrective pullback after this high, we had an initial move down, then a rally, then based on that we can calculate a target for the next move down, because often the initial move down and then the last move down, they have the same length. So what we do, we take the Fibonacci extension tool. Apologies. We take the Fibonacci extension tool, measure the distance of that, what we would call A wave of white wave B. We go to the high there, and then yeah, this was the target range. So that was reached. You could call that a setup. Also, we had a pullback to our trend line of the trend channel. That was respected nicely, and the market has now rallied in 5 waves from that low. Now, it's entirely possible, based on that, entirely possible that we have started the next larger move to the upside, which we would label white wave C. As you can see here, right? It would unfold in 5 waves. So it could be that this was a wave 1, we get a wave 2, third wave, fourth wave, fifth wave. So you will see that on the smaller time frame. However, the proportions of the move to the downside, even though the target was reached, are not great, because this looks like 5 waves down, this looks like 3 waves up and 3 waves down. That's a pattern that's very strange, and it often indicates that the correction is extending, as shown in blue. So I find the blue scenario very, very likely, which honestly just means that this B wave, which in the white count presumably bottomed on Sunday, the 22nd, that this B wave is actually still unfolding, and that would be the blue B wave. Yeah. So either the B wave already bottomed here on Sunday, the 22nd, or it's still unfolding. We won't know that until we see the sign, until we see the structure of that next pullback, and until we see it hold or not hold the wave 2 pullback support area. Yeah, because in the white count and the blue count, I mean, essentially the outcome should be the same. We should see a rally towards 130k. So in a sense, they are very, very similar. But please note that the structure of the next pullback will be absolute key. What is important to understand is that at the moment there is not even any signal that a pullback has started, okay? So we could still very well get one more high maybe. The price has also not yet reached the upper boundary line of the trend channel. So we might get like a final push to maybe 109k or so, 109.2k or so. That's what I'm watching, okay? So first of all, on the smaller time frame, the focus is on whether the pullback has started anyway, which would mean either wave 2 or the blue C wave, and there's a pivot in between that helps us distinguish between these two potentials. That's the main question. As long as we don't even have that pullback in wave 2 or the blue C wave, we could still get one more high. Okay, and that is what we're tracking on the smaller time frame. But overall, what is important to highlight, even in blue wave B, we could get a nice deeper pullback here, but there could be a nice setup coming from there, yeah. Or in this 1-2 setup. So there are setups, but at the moment there's not much clarity in the very short term. So I'll show you now on the smaller time frame what we're tracking. The Bitcoin chart is very, very clear actually. It's just here on the smaller time frame, this ongoing sideways action that we've now seen over the last 24, 48 hours doesn't really tell us yet whether we get this, we are already in this larger pullback, or we get like one more high. Now, what you see here on this chart, and this shows the movement from the 22nd of June low, So basically from this swing low here, this is a 5-wave move up already. So I can already, if I really want to, call that a 5-wave move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means a pullback is due. That's highlighted here in white, like an A, B, C structure. Or if it's turning into the blue count, should just break through this support area down there. And the support area, by the way, is between 100,000, 100,000, 390 to 103,195. But we're not even there yet. We don't even know if this pullback has even started. So the question, is it the blue or the white count? It can't be answered yet. For now, the short-term focus is on whether actually we get one more high or not before that pullback starts. And yeah, we could do, especially as long as we're holding the upper support area, right? So what we're tracking here is the option of maybe one more high in this 5th wave. And in the very short term, we also have a price channel very well defined, actually. Can move it up down a little bit, but overall, this is a price channel that's being respected. That's not the price channel I showed you on the daily chart. This is the smaller one, which is currently being respected together with the resistance area we looked into in the first video today. Resistance is between $106,984 and $107,460. So against that resistance area, the pressure is downward. And we could get, let's say, at least a test of the lower boundary line of the price channel. That could also send us into the orange support area. So that's the short-term focus. But again, here over the weekend, not much has happened, like a typical Saturday. Last Saturday, there was a bit of action. This Saturday, not so much, at least not on the Bitcoin chart. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. And then if you're interested, I mentioned it in the last video earlier today. If you are a Spanish speaker, because there are quite a lot on this channel here, you can check out our Spanish-speaking YouTube channel, MCO Global ES. And in addition to that, for those of you who want to join the membership, for the first 250 members, there is a very, very special price. It's $10 a month, but you get access to over 100 altcoin live charts. You get access to regular member updates, intraday updates for many, many charts. And if you're interested in that, follow the link in the description. Just check it out. You can always check it out and see if it's for you or not. But we're building a great community there as well in the Spanish-speaking regions. Thanks so much, and I wish you a great weekend. Yeah, enjoy your Sunday. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.